Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to do a recreation of this look I did last year. I just want to redo that look and take the photo in front of the same I have a plant in my backyard. I took that photo in front of, and I was just outside not too long ago, and it literally made me think of that one specific look. So I was like, I want to recreate it, take the same photo, and compare if my makeup skills have gotten any better. So yeah, let's get right into it. I'm gonna prep my skin a little bit with the watermelon pink juice moisturizer from Glow Recipe, and I'm gonna do my eyes first today just because I don't know how intense it's gonna be and I don't want it to get on my foundation or anything. So now I'm gonna do my eyebrows with the Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit, and this is in the shade 4. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. Now I'm going to go in with the Sephora brand brow builder. This is the waterproof brow builder from Sephora, and this is in the shade Soft Charcoal. Okay, now I'm going to clean up my brows with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Custard. Okay, I'm done with this one, and now I'm gonna go do my other eyebrow off of camera, and I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and did my other eyebrow off of camera, and I went ahead and brought that same concealer onto my lids, and I'm gonna be using that as my eyeshadow base today. So I'm just pulling up that same picture because I want to see what it looks like. Okay, so I'll put the picture up right here, but so I had a pretty warm transition, and then I used this really pretty green color in the center of my lid, and I also brought that down to my lower lash line as well. So I've never actually attempted a spotlight cut crease, but I feel like it would look really pretty if I could pull that off with the green today. So that's what I think I'm gonna try to do, just to make it look a lot more cleaner and like perfect it a little bit. Okay, I am back. I spent a little bit of time playing around and figuring out how I wanted it to look, and I feel like it looks pretty good. It took me a minute, so I just want to do one eye, and then I'm gonna do this eye with you guys. So let's get started. So I noticed in the photo my transition and the browns that I used were a little bit warm, so I wanted to use a little bit more of a cooler toned brown, just because I feel like that looks a little bit better with the green. So this is the Morphe 35OM palette. I started off with this in my transition, and then I moved on to these colors right here to darken my outer edge. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm just using a fluffy brush like this to start off with my transition. And then I'm gonna move on to the darker colors to build my outer edge. And I'm gonna take a smaller brush. So this was the first brush that I was using, and I'm gonna switch over to this brush right here. I think I used these two right here. You kind of mix. And I'm switching back over to my fluffy brush with my transition color on it, whatever product's left, and blending the edges out a little bit. This side is a little bit darker than this side, but I am going to end up having to pack on more of the darker colors to blend out the edges of the concealer and the green. So I think just leaving it like this is going to be fine for now. Now for the fun part is the cut crease. I'm going to take my Shape Tape in the shade Light, and I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm going to take a little bit of product on this brush, and I do have hooded eyelids, so when I look forward, I still want to be able to see that line and bring it up a little bit higher. So as you see on this eye right here, I pulled the line up a little bit higher than my actual crease so that you can still see it. So I'm going to look straight ahead. I'm going to put the brush right in my crease. And you see how high that line is? That is how high I need to bring up my cut crease. So I'm just going to back and forth a little bit. Yeah, so that is our line. That's the guide we're going to be following. So now that we're satisfied with the shape, I'm going to take this fluffy brush right here. I'm just going to pat over that concealer just so that it's blended and I can pick up any extra unnecessary product because I don't want this to crease. So I ended up using 2 colors for this, the green from the Urban Decay Vice palette and the green from the Full Spectrum palette as well. So I'm just taking this brush, like here, this flat brush, and I'm going to spray it and get it a little wet. So the first color I used is this one right here. I just load up my brush. I'm just gonna start pressing and packing that on lightly. And then when I get out to the edges, I like to bring it out a little bit thicker than what it actually is going to be because I need to pack on brown shadow around it to blend the edges as well. As you can see, this is a little bit thinner than this side. Okay, so now that we've packed on the first color, I'm going to go in with an even lighter green in the very center. For that, I used the green in the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. I used this green right here in the very center. So now I'm gonna grab a different brush and wet it. Okay, so I think I'm happy with how that looks. Now I'm going to blend the edges so that it doesn't look as harsh. So I'm gonna use the darker colors that I used on my outer edge. Okay, now for the glitter, I'm using the Heavy Metal glitter from Urban Decay, and this is in the shade Glam Rock. Like that, and then I'm going to bring it down as well. I feel like it makes it so pretty and just makes it like even more glam. Now I'm going to apply my mascara and lashes. And for mascara, I'm going to be using the NYX Worth the Hype mascara. And then, oh my goodness, these are the most beautiful lashes I've ever worn in my entire life. At least up until this point. These are the Lillylashes in the style Mykonos. And these are so pretty. I've worn them once before and I'm like cherishing them and taking care of them so well because I want these lashes like to be perfect for the rest of my life. This is what they look like. They're so fluffy and like, oh my god, they're just so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go put those on really quick because it takes me a while and then I'll be right back. These lashes are amazing. Okay, let's get started on the face. I already prepped my skin. I'm going to use the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. And this is in the shade Stromboli. So I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush first to apply it, and then I like to buff it out with my beauty blender after. 2 pumps, 3 pumps. I feel like that's like really good for my entire face. My eyes look so good though. Start applying it. Okay, so now that I feel like it's pretty well evenly distributed, I'm going to take my Morphe sponge and just press everything in. I feel like this makes it look so perfect. Especially this new foundation. This is about the 2nd time that I've used it, but it's so good and it lasts so long on me. And I like that you can build it up to a full coverage or you can sheer it out to like really light medium. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm going to Mexico in like a week and I am going to be vlogging, which I'm really excited about. I'm going with my best friend Alex and her friend Lauren. And I'm just so excited. The photos, the vlog, like I'm so excited. Literally, I've been wanting to go on a trip and fly somewhere for such a long time. But But like my face though, it looks amazing. Like you guys need to get on this foundation. I had to wipe off the foundation off my lips because it just looked really gross. My lips were getting really dry. Sorry about that. So for concealer, I'm going to mix two. This one is the Maybelline New York Fit Me Concealer in the shade 20. And this is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage in the shade 20. That's funny. Maybelline one. That's so funny because these are both shade 20. But it'll be so funny to see how much lighter the Catrice one is. So the shade I'm going to use to highlight the other areas on my face as well. I'm just going to use the Catrice one to help highlight my under eyes. That's so much lighter. It's funny. Now we're going to bounce. That looks so good though. My under eyes are so bright. Okay, now I need to set my under eyes. Oh my goodness, this powder right here. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. I'm using shade 2. Oh my goodness. Literally every time I set my under eyes, regardless of the powder, whether it is Laura Mercier or Cover FX, those are the two that I've been using the most recently. They last really well and they work really well, but after a few hours, there's always just at least a little bit of creasing. And I tried this at the Nordstrom's in Portland the other day, and it made my under eyes look so good. And literally they didn't crease all day. Blend it out one more time, just make sure there's no creasing. And then I take a fluffy brush like this and pick up some powder, and I just press. Okay, and then I'm also going to use that powder to set my smile lines as well, and a little bit on my forehead. Okay, now I need to finish my bottom lash line. So I'm going to pick up the same colors that I put on my lids, and I'm going to bring that down to my bottom lash line. So I'm going to take this gigantic fluffy brush and a little bit of the Japonesque Velvet Touch finishing powder. And I'm going to barely, like that's all I'm going to use for my whole face. I'm just going to tap around the areas that I contour and bronze, just because I don't want it to be patchy, because I did not set this area of my face yet. I'm going to use the Park Avenue Princess palette by Tarte. And I think I'm going to mix like I always do. I'm going to take a little bit of a smaller brush and pick up barely anything. Okay, I'm so out of order. I need to do my bottom mascara. So for highlighter, I'm probably gonna be mixing again. I like to mix like everything because I just feel like having your own like little custom cute shade is like cute, you know? So this is one of the only brushes that actually has a number. This is the Morphe R36, and this is the highlighting brush that I use. I'm going to mix a few colors from the Anastasia Nicole Guerrero palette and this disgustingly broken Milani highlighter, but it's so good. This is the shade 02 Day Glow. This is such a pretty highlighter. So that's the only reason why I'm still using it. I'm going to mix the Milani shade with a little bit of Forever Young and Glow Getter. I just like boop, 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 boop. Yes, like it looks so good. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me being weird and wanting to mix together all of these highlighters, but I feel like it gives me such a pretty glow. And then I'm going to use my finger with Forever Young, and I'm going to highlight my nose. I always take my finger and blend out the brow bone highlight a little bit. So I literally remember the lipstick I was wearing in that photo because I still wear that lipstick almost every single day. This is the Soft Matte Lip Cream from NYX in the shade Abu Dhabi. And this has just been like my go-to nude like forever, like since I can remember. Like I'm pretty sure my first makeup tutorial on YouTube, like almost 2 years ago, this is the lipstick I used too. It's just the best in my opinion. Oh my god, I just realized I didn't put on any blush. What is wrong with me? I feel like when I'm filming, it's just so much pressure to like make sure the camera's recording, make sure you're in the frame, make sure you're in focus, that you don't even remember like what you're even doing. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in Pearlescent Pink. My favorite blush at the moment. I've been liking going over my nose a little bit just because I feel like for summertime your nose gets a little bit like, not sunburnt, but like, I don't know, it just looks like you're, I don't know why I do it. I just think it looks cute. So I look bomb. And then I'm going to spray a little bit of this Cucumber Water Hydrating Face Mist from Pearlescence. And then I take my sponge and I take the part that I like didn't even use. I just like to press it into my skin so that nothing looks splotchy. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I actually love it so much. I feel like it's so summery. The skin is very glowy and fresh, while at the same time it's full coverage and glam. And I feel like the green is just so cute for summer, like the pop of color. And I look so good. I was like this. Does that look like it? Yeah. So yeah, I actually had a lot of fun filming this recreation or like revamped version of one of my old looks on Instagram. I'm gonna be posting the picture of me recreating that photo as well on my Instagram, so feel free to follow my socials right here. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, feel free to give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!